voices. Now, you can't do that. Shut up! All those parking lot voices that are trying to make you stay in the village are stopping you from being the leader that you could be, that you would be, that you ought to be. I'm trying to tell you it's time to break a rule. I'm trying to get you out of order, out of line, out of fitting in, out of the clique, out of the club, out of the status quo, out of the normal. I guess you are controversial. You ain't moving. Get out there where they'll say something about you. They don't say nothing about you because they haven't noticed you. They don't know you're breathing. But you cannot leave the lot if you're afraid of the traffic. Can I work with this a little bit? You see, our problem even in our church is that we have people who build these little kingdoms. Even in our local church, they build these little kingdoms. I've been the president of the Frying Fish Committee since the Vietnam War. They have these little bitty empires. It may not be but 5 people, but they're little empires, and they're these little bitty gods over these little bitty groups of people. And you can always tell them, because when you're preaching or teaching, they can't say amen till they look over at so-and-so. And if so-and-so doesn't get up, they don't, oh, you don't know what I'm talking about. Let me try to talk to you. They have these little cliques, and while you're trying to preach or trying to teach, they're rolling the eyes of Tex and Betty to see what Betty says about it. They don't have the courage to have their own mind. They don't have the courage to think their own thought. They are controlled by these little Hitlers. These little Adolf Hitlers that you put in positions before you knew what you were doing, and you don't have the courage to remove them, and now they have control towers. And you spend all of your energy breaking up fights in your church, and you think that's leadership. That's not leadership, that's babysitting. It's gonna get rough, it's gonna get rough, it's gonna get rough, it's gonna get rough. And so what they do, these little emperors give out prophecies in the bathroom of the church. People on the parking lot to tell them there, that's what he said. But let me tell you what the Lord spoke to me. Touch your neighbor and say, when Lot leaves, God will speak. When Lot leaves, God will speak. When Lot leaves, God will speak. Get rid of Lot. I know Lot made you the first pound cake when you started the church. I know Lot brought you the first blanket when your baby was cold. I know Lot is familiar. I know Lot is family. I know Lot looks like something that makes you think of home. But Lot has set up a control tower in your leadership that is counterproductive to moving the thing forward, and you have enough to let Lot. Because when Lot leaves, God will speak. When Lot leaves, God will speak. When Lot leaves, that's a prophetic word to somebody. I can't hardly get off it. When Lot leaves, God will speak. When Lot leaves, God will speak. You've been running around. Can you imagine problem is not with God, Abram. It's with Lot. And if you don't believe that the people you have with you affects your leadership, ask Joshua about Achan. What you won't kill will kill you. Oh, I'm preaching. God then appears and gives Abram the greatest leadership class I have ever heard. He says, first of all, look, vision, vision. Look out, vision out. Is most of your energy spent looking in? Looking in or looking out? There's the reason that as Moses got older, he went higher. He stopped walking with the people. He stopped walking in front of the people. He ended up walking above the people. He climbs up on the mountaintop and he found out I'm far more effective as a leader when I'm looking out than I am when I'm looking around. Look out from where you are. So we just got rid of where you were. Now God says, look out from where you are. So a third of you just died with where you were. And now God says, look out from where you are. Look out from where you are. Look out from where you are. Deals with global vision. You don't need a vision you can afford. You don't need a vision you can pay for. You don't need a vision that you can see your way clear and it's within your skill set and everything is fine and you can see yourself going. You need a ridiculous. If you want God to go with you, God tells one prophet, he says, okay, I'll send the rain, but your little valley is not deep enough for what I want to give you. Dig ditches in the valley. God said, make it more input. Everybody will know that it was me that did it. I don't want you to have a vision that you can pay for because then they'll say it's you. I want you to have a vision that's so far beyond you that they will know that if it had not been for the Lord that was on your side, you would have been swallowed up. You're asking God to send you gifted and talented people. Why? For a museum? You need a vision that draws gifted and talented people where they can envision themselves serving your vision. You need a vision that demands resources. I'm not just talking about money. I'm talking about smart. I'm talking about tenacious. I'm talking about gifted people can see themselves following rule. Not that they would say, make for the people that's coming, for the talent that's coming, for the money that's coming, for the favor that's coming, for the opportunities that's coming. Your tent will not demand the following because there is no room in your little tent for who God would send to help you if your vision were beyond you. You need a vision that's beyond you. David says, thy word is a lamp unto my feet and a light unto my pathway. In David's day, they had ankle lamps. They use them at night. And an ankle lamp would light up the ground right in front of you. And you can read the word and it will illuminate what is right in front of you. But in order to get a vision of what is way down the road, you need to get a vision from God that is so far beyond you that God demands you to look out from where you are. Everything you are praying about is about where you are. And David said they had an eagle wings. Everything you are worried about is about where you are. So up at night is about where you are. God is not concerned about where you are. God is concerned about where you're going. God didn't come into your life to sit in a parked car with you while you discuss the climate where you are. The reason God is not answering you about where you are is because God is trying to point you to where you are going. Can I go deeper? God says, look out from where you are. I want you to get a vision beyond you, a vision beyond your resources, a vision beyond your skill set, a vision beyond your talent, a vision that demands discipleship, a vision that draws together a board that you couldn't put together by yourself, a vision that develops a team in order to accomplish. Happy for all you've done by yourself. Wonderful. That's great. But for what God is about to do, you're going to need a team committed to excellence, ready to put their shoulders to the plow, ready to work in your behalf. Happy for what you were able to do on your own. But for where God is about to take you now, you need to amass and assemble a team of people who are gifted in places that you are not gifted. If you are comfortable enough to allow gifted people to walk beside you without your ego, oh, it's going to get tough. It's going to get tough in here. Look out from where you are. Which way do you want me to look, Lord? Which way are you going to give me? Which direction do you want me to go? Shut up, Abram. I'm trying to give you all of it. The north, the south, the east, and the west. The north, the south, the east, and the west. The north, the south, the east, and the west. The north, the south, the east, and the west. See, people will try to lock you down to one thing. Oh, you're a Baptist church. Oh, you're a Pentecostal church. Oh, you're a word church. Oh, you're a shouting church. No, we're the north, the south, the east, and the west. The north, the south, the east, and the west. The north, the south, the east.